Hey, I'm Mocha. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this little fluff I've put together for you. By the way, it's me, Mika, or Lazy Rin. I lost access to my old account, but I'm finally back and decided to recreate my very first video for you all. I also take recommendations, so feel free to share your ideas. If you enjoy the video, liking and subscribing would mean the world to me, but no pressure. I'll just be super grateful if you do.
As the clock struck 7, an alarm rang out, waking the sleepy blonde from his slumber. He kicked the alarm onto the ground, shutting it up, while the light streamed through the curtains, blinding his eyes. Etsuma groaned as he pulled the blanket over his head, cuddling his pillow tightly. He didn't want to leave his comfy bed at all, but he had no choice. He lifted the blanket off himself and sat up. Suddenly, a slight pain ached in his head. Holding his head, he grumbled in pain but pushed through it. He got up and made his way downstairs to the kitchen, where his brother was already eating breakfast. "You're already ready?" "Yeah, I'm leaving with Sue." As Osamu looked at Etsuma, his face dropped. "You look like shit." "Hey, no I don't." Etsuma frowned. "No, but seriously, are you okay?" "Yep. Just a slight headache." "You sure? Your eyes look a bit puffy." Osamu stood up, moving closer to Etsuma. He rested his hand on Etsuma's forehead. "Holy shit, you're burning up." I feel fine." Etsuma winced in pain, holding his head. Suddenly, he started to feel dizzy, his surroundings spinning around him. "Tsumu." Osamu looked a bit worried. Suddenly, Etsuma fainted. Osamu instantly rushed to his aid, holding him up. "This idiot." Etsuma woke up feeling a warm towel being placed onto his forehead. He looked up and saw Osamu, whose expression appeared worried. What just happened?" "You fainted." "I was probably just a bit tired dash. Come on, let's go to school." "For you to faint on me again?" "No, you're staying in bed, dumbass." "I feel fine, Samu, your body temperature says otherwise." "I'll have to call off school today." "Don't. You have plans with Suna too?" "Yeah, boo, letting go. I don't wanna be a bother, plus, I can take care of myself." "When is that ever possible? And you're not a bother. You're my brother, and I love you. I don't want anything to happen to you." Thanks, Samu. I love you too, but for real, go." "Fine, but I'm not leaving you here alone." "But no buts." Osamu took out his phone and started dialing numbers, but no one could help. He began to feel a bit restless. Then, he remembered someone. He called them, and Osamu was quite happy with their response. "Who's that?" "You'll see." "Oh I love surprises." A knock was heard at the door. Etsuma looked at Osamu and smirked. "Is that Suna?" "Yeah, I have to go see ya." "Try not to get caught making out." Blush crept up on Osamu's face. "Shut up, Tsumu." Etsuma chuckled and waved as Osamu left. Now alone, Etsuma laid in bed, waiting for the person Osamu had called. Finally, the door crept open, and SakuAtsu was standing right in front of him. Etsuma's eyes widened as he saw him. He didn't think SakuAtsu would come all this way to take care of him. Etsuma quickly took out his phone and looked at himself in the camera. "How could Samu do this to me? I look like hell." Etsuma snapped out of his thoughts just as he sneezed, snot dripping from his nose. SakuAtsu looked at him in disgust but quickly softened. He grabbed a tissue and gently wiped Etsuma's nose. "Oh, you don't have to." S8 There, SakuAtsu mumbles. "I feel so embarrassed you're seeing me like this." "Yeah, you look like shit." "Ouch, Omi." SakuAtsu chuckled. "I'm joking." "Humph. I wonder why you'll come this far just for me." "Was worried." SakuAtsu says softly. I just didn't want you doing something stupid. Etsumu smiled and hugged him. Ah. You was worried about me. Oh, Etsumu pulled away. Sorry, I don't want to get you sick. It's alright. SakuAtsu gave a small smile. Ah, I forgot how cute you look when you smile. What dash? SakuAtsu blushed and looked away. No, I don't. Yes you do. You're cuter. Etsumu blushed. Huh. I said I'll make you soup. SakuAtsu stammered, looking flustered. He quickly left for the kitchen to make Etsumu soup. After a while, he returned with a bowl, the warm aroma wafting into Etsumu's nose. That smells good. Etsumu tried to lift the spoon himself, but his trembling hands made the soup spill slightly, causing him to huff in frustration. I'll feed you. I can do it myself, Omi. Clearly not. SakuAtsu took the spoon from Etsumu's hand. Etsumu pouted, scooping out the soup. Now open up. Despite his grumbling protests, Etsumu eventually gave in, letting SakuAtsu carefully feed him. The warm soup soothed his throat, and the way SakuAtsu focused on him so intently made his chest feel even warmer. After the last spoonful, Etsumu leaned back against the pillows with a satisfied sigh. Careful, or I might get used to being spoiled by Yat. SakuAtsu set the bowl aside, rolling his eyes. You already are. He muttered, but his hand lingered near Etsumu's face. Before Etsumu could respond with another quip, SakuAtsu brushed his thumb gently across Etsumu's bottom lip, wiping away a stray drop of soup. Messy eater. He said softly. Etsumu blinked, and then a mischievous grin spread across his face. Ya just wanted an excuse to touch me, didn't ya, Omi? He teased, his voice raspy but undeniably smug. SakuAtsu's ears turned pink, but he didn't pull his hand away fast enough. Don't flatter yourself. He grumbled, trying to look unaffected as he stood up. Oh, I'm flattered all right. Ya care so much. I must be real special to ya, huh? He smirked. You're insufferable. But ya still love me. SakuAtsu rolled his eyes and went back to the kitchen to clean the bowl. He then returned to Etsumu, standing a bit closer this time. So close, wanna kiss me? SakuAtsu sighed and leaned in, pressing a kiss to Etsumu's lips, leaving him a bit flustered. Good, you shut up. SakuAtsu pulled Etsumu back into another kiss. This time, it was longer. Etsumu's face turned bright red, but he didn't pull away. Instead, he leaned in, only to suddenly push SakuAtsu away. Wait. You're gonna get sick. And if I do, I'm gonna beat you up. Gasps. No, but seriously, if I do, then guess we'll both be sick together. And I won't mind. He pulled Etsumu back into a deep kiss, then finally broke it off and started peppering kisses all over Etsumu's face. Etsumu couldn't handle all the affection, his face turned an even deeper shade of red, but he couldn't help but smile. There's that cute smile I've been looking for. I'm not cute. Lies. You are. SakuAtsu climbed into bed and cuddled up to Etsumu, resting his head on Etsumu's chest and soaking up the warmth. Damn, you're hot. I know. Etsumu smirked, but SakuAtsu rolled his eyes. I meant your body temperature, dummy. Oh. Well, you're still pretty cute. Shut up. Etsumu's head rested on SakuAtsu's chest, his arms wrapped securely around SakuAtsu's waist. SakuAtsu ran his fingers gently through Etsumu's hair, and Etsumu let out a soft yawn. You know, you're actually kinda cute when you're not being a jerk. Whatever. Just stop whining. I'm not whining. I'm just stating facts. SakuAtsu let out a soft sigh, a hint of affection in his eyes despite the teasing. He shifted closer to Etsumu, brushing his thumb over Etsumu's lips. Etsumu, go to sleep. You've been talking. I don't want you to leave me. I'm not going anywhere, baby. Just close your eyes. Etsumu snuggled closer, burying his face into SakuAtsu's chest. He let out a contented sigh, his voice barely above a whisper. I love you. I love you too, idiot. Stop worrying. He kissed the top of Etsumu's head, then placed a soft kiss on his lips, lingering for just a moment longer before pulling back. Etsumu smiled, his eyes fluttering closed. Stay close. He whispers. Always, mi amor. SakuAtsu gently tucked a lock of hair behind Etsumu's ear as he drifted to sleep, his hands resting on Etsumu's waist. He's a pain in the ass sometimes, but I love him a lot and do anything to protect him. Sleep well, my love. SakuAtsu watches him for a moment, a small smile playing on his lips. He leans down and presses one last kiss to Etsumu's hair before settling in beside him, falling asleep shortly after. Not long after, Osamu comes home, quietly peeking into Etsumu's room. He freezes in the doorway, taking in the sight of the two curled up together. Ew, gross. He mutters under his breath. Shaking his head as he walks away, but there's a faint smile tugging at his lip.